Oh boy. Well, as promised, I'm going to give you my RTB retro review of Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I just have one word. What in the blue hell happened? What happened? They did a fantastic job with the first one. Paul W.S. Anderson, say what you will, he did a great job with Mortal Kombat. Better than expected. I mean, he gave the characters and lore the proper justice that it deserved, with with funny dialogue and scenes and great action set pieces. The Goro puppetry was amazing. Shang Tsung casting Carrie as Shang Tsung was amazing. Robin Shaw, Liu Kang was amazing. Linda B. Ashley as Johnny Cage was awesome. Got the actor that got for Raiden and Sonya Blade also did well. Everyone did their part and they were phenomenal. So what the hell happened? So I looked into it. They got a new director. Again, why? I checked the budget to make this movie. I believe was between $20 to $22 million. Let's say it's like $20 million to make the movie. You know how much they made back at the box office mojo? They got back $122 million. So they profited and then some on this movie. They made well over $100 million in profit. I mean, so they got their money back and then some. So it was a big hit. Because I'm pretty sure word spread and oh my god, if you're wondering how this one did, I mean, it didn't bomb, but it didn't make as much money as as the last one. They said the budget was like 30 million, which, God, you couldn't tell. They slashed it down to 10 million, maybe even less than that. Because Christ, and only made back about 50, 60. So barely made it back about half, but it didn't even get 100 million like the other one did. It was like well over 100 million. This one, didn't even it barely made back what it put in, if that. So they didn't bomb, but it was a giant disappointment to say the least. So basically, I mean, it follows the game somewhat. Shao Kahn is PO'd. That is also, there might be spoilers. I'm gonna get that out the way because I mean, I don't care, and you shouldn't watch it unless you don't have if you're in the mood to see a bad movie. Then I understand, but I just warned you to be spoilers. This FYI. So yeah, Shao Kahn got upset that he was this close to getting Earthrealm, but thanks to Liu Kang beating Shang Tsung from the first film, showing highlights from the previous film, Shao Kahn did invasion, but he didn't invade Earth in the second one right away. He sent like Tarkatans to retaliate, and force them to come to Outworld to have a tournament there. But it's just like, it's like they're skipping. It's like they kind of skip part 2 and going to part 3. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me. Where they should have like properly set it up, but they didn't do that. Heck, the Mortal Kombat 9 game was a better told the sequel than this freaking movie did. And oh god, the special effects. Well, the special effects in the first one wasn't the best, but it was still passable. At best decent, at worst passable. This, it was again $30 million budget, a little bit more than the last one. It didn't look like it. Like in the beginning fight scene between Shao Kahn and Raiden, it looked like they were fighting on a green screen. You can see the lines and stuff. Oh god, it looks so bad. And then Johnny Cage, at one point, Shao Kahn trying to kidnap Sonya. Johnny Cage trying to save Sonya. He failed. He bitch punches him out the air. And he cracks his neck. Johnny Cage like died in like the first 5 minutes. Like, one of the greatest characters. And yeah, granted, according to the canon, he did die, in the invasion, but he didn't die to Shao Kahn. He died to Motoro, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, they didn't even do that right. Granted, he died. That was accurate, but he got killed by the wrong character. And at one point where when Shao Kahn, I think, was talking to one of his minions, he was asking, "Did you kill our this Cabal and Striker?" Now, in some continuity, like in the MK9 continuity, Cabal was good because he was a cop with Striker. So maybe they're going with that continuity because in the current continuity that we know, Cabal was with the Black Dragon. He was a bad guy, and Striker was a good guy. So I understand them going after Striker and wanting to kill him. But Cabal was with the Black Dragons. I think he'd probably be helping Outworld, not fighting against them. So they got that wrong. They screwed up Jade too. Like, she was really with Shao Kahn. I'm like, what was that about? I mean, okay. Then again, no, I think she did it right, but still, it's like, I didn't like how they handled Jade. It was bad. Nightwolf was supposed to play a bigger part in that story, and he just showed up for a little bit, showing off all the animalities, because animalities in this movie. Wow, was it bad? Like, wowzers. Like, whoo. You remember that reptile monster from Mortal Kombat 1, the first movie? Imagine that, but something 20 times worse than that. I know you were like, oh, Rocket Blade. I mean, I understand it was 1995 and technology wasn't the best, but you're telling me something worse than that? Yes. There was something worse than that. Keep in mind, this budget was supposed to be bigger. And I forget to mention that the original actor for Raiden, Johnny Cage, and Sonya Blade changed. So the original actors that were done in the first movie got changed to new actors. Like, what happened? Why couldn't they keep them? The only one that returned was Liu Kang, Robin Shuhao, and the actress who played Princess Katana. Everyone else was changed. Why? If you knew you were going to do a sequel, why didn't you get the original cast? And for God's sake, why didn't you get Paul W.S. Anderson to do the sequel? He would have given it proper justice. In comparison to this new director, they got a whole new director. He did the recent Annabelle movie. If you're wondering what he did, if you don't know how good or bad that movie is, take that in consideration. So, oh God. I mean, Jax was there, but I hate how Sonya's and Jax's relationship wasn't the best. Like, they were just like strangers, even though Jax and Sonya have been in special forces together for years. They're like best friends, and Sonya's kind of treating Jax like a stranger. Granted, the actor that got Jax looked the part. Even Motaro, I have to admit, looked great too. I think the costumes and they looked the part, but the way they're thinking, oh, that's all we need, but they didn't execute it well. Cyrax and Sector, Cyrax, Cyrax was cool looking, but it's just, really, why will you go after Sonya and Jax? I don't get that. And then, I mean, granted, Sub-Zero's supposed to, has a best friend relationship with Smoke, and at one point, though, Liu Kang and Princess Katana would find like a cybernetic Smoke, and instead of like, trying to subdue him and try to save him, he freezes him and like Liu Kang kills him. Wasn't he your best friend, of course, in the original Mortal Kombat timeline? What the hell? And in this timeline, Luke, in this kind of time, in this timeline, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang killed Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero, the new Sub-Zero, was kind of cool with it. I mean, granted, we got Sub-Zero fighting Scorpion, but it wasn't as well choreographed as, like, in comparison to Liu Kang and Sub-Zero, or Johnny Cage, or Scorpion, heck, or even Liu Kang and Shang Tsung. Like, those were better choreographed. This was just, ugh. Oh yeah, at one point, during the fight between, when Liu Kang was fighting Smoke, this is one point where he shoots a rocket at Liu Kang and to dodge it. The backflip he did to dodge it was so obviously a wire and it looks so bad and unnatural. I'm like, oh my god. And the dialogue. You will die. It's like Sindel was like, what? I swear to God, I did the opening sequence when Shao Kahn was talking to Raiden, aka New Raiden. Like, the actor sounded like he wanted to laugh. Because he almost like had to catch himself and go on, continue reading the lines. Because I bet it back in the back of the mind, saying, man, these lines are just so stupid and ridiculous. And then, oh yeah, and then at one point they get to Baraka, and he looks awful. Oh my god. He like a cheap Party City mask costume. Like, yeah, if it was a costume for a party or cosplay, sure. And then again, I'm thinking cosplayers could do a better job than what they did. It looked awful. Just, oh my god. And Shiva, though she looked amazing. Amazing. In fact, that person that looked the part, she got killed by getting dropped down by a cage. Really? At least Motaro fought in the movie. She just kind of like, I'm here. Like Liu Kang Katana drop a cage on her. Oh no! And she dies. She doesn't even fight nobody. What in the hell, man? It's like they botched it. And oh my god. And then at one point they're fighting everyone. I mean, it was and then like Raiden got like a short haircut, a new look. It looked awful. And they actually got a stunt actor when he fought these, I want to say, smoke clones or Noob Saibot clones. I don't know what the hell they were. Just ninjas. But it looked awful. And you could tell the stunt actor, at one point during the final fight between Liu Kang and Shao Kahn, it looked so bad. And at one point, Shao Kahn and Liu Kang turned into the animalities. And it was just an abomination. I was like, oh my god. Someone looked at this and saw the horrendousness of this and like, yeah, okay, this is good. Another thing, Sonya fights Melina. Wouldn't that, since Melina has more of a connection to Katana, since, she's her evil clone, that they would fight, not Sonya, and then the fight was this, they fight in a mud pit, it was just weird, and then Jax fights this, like, big monster abomination that looks 10 times worse than Reptile's, the reptile monster from Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat movie. Oh my god, he was almost punching just a CGI monster you will see in Beast Wars, like, using an example. That level, but even then, that's kind of insulting the animators on that, because that looks better than whatever the hell they were trying to present in the movie. Oh my god. The dialogue is laughable, the fight scenes are average at best. I mean, they look the part, it's nothing I could say, but it was obviously green screen. Unlike the first one, they gave a crap that you can obviously tell they're just phoning it in, and it's there to pick up a check. And obviously, now that I'm thinking, this probably would hurt Robin Shaw's career, because before that, I think he did Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley, which I just saw recently with my family. Hilarious, still holds up. He was awesome in that movie, and shortly after he did the first Mortal Kombat movie. So he did back-to-back hit movies, and I think this movie doing it really hurt him. I know he was like starving for roles, and I get that you need to make money, but I think he should have just walked away. I think being in this sequel really, really hurted him. It really hurt him because he was a great action actor. He should have been right up there with like Jackie Chan and Jet Li, or Jean-Claude Van Damme, or just like being the next big action star. But I think being in that movie really hurt his career. Because then he went on to be in Street Fighter Legend Chun-Li, and that movie was awful. He was also in Dead or Alive as a generic thug. Oh, God. Then he just started being in bad movies. I think ultimately that just killed his career. Which, again, he still is good for his age, and I think he still make a decent comeback, but it's just, oh, God, it's just, man, I feel sorry for him, I really do. But just this movie, it was phoned in, and there was so much potential to really just knock it out of the park, and they botched it at every turn. It was just, it was the nightmare comparison to the first one. It was just wowzers. It's like, what, to quote the angry video game nerd, what were they thinking? Seriously. Guys, I give it like a 3 out of 10. It is like awful bad. Do not watch. Unless, like I said, you're in the mood to see a bad movie, like get some alcohol, like some vodka or rum, mix it with some Coke, watch it like that drunk. It's a good time if you're drunk, because other than that, watching it sober, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, unless you want to see a bad movie, go right ahead. But other than that, if you're thinking it's gonna be as good as the first movie, you walk out after seeing it being very, very, very disappointed. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, as well as Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to get together again real soon. Peace out, and have a great day. That movie was something else.